What is going on, everybody? Depraved / here, and we are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
Yes, we are. So, Chase and PFV put out a new song.
Well, PFV has a new album out, right?
Well, Chase and PFV do. I have it.
Right, but
I haven't listened to it. I don't listen to albums when I first get them.
Can't.
I have like a 6-month waiting period just to make sure that I don't react to something off of it, because I just...
Right. Right, well...
That's why I buy their albums as opposed to streaming them, because that's
you gotta support the artist.
That's my way of supporting the artist,
yeah.
Because I know they get money off of streams, but again, I don't listen to most songs more than once, just because I'm always reacting.
Unless it makes it to your playlist.
And even then, I don't really listen to my playlist much.
I listen to my playlist all the time, so if it makes it to my playlist, but of course my playlist is at this moment 500 and some odd songs, so I may hear a song once a week.
Right.
However, I was super excited to hear this album was coming out. Super excited it is out, and I can now react and then add it to my playlist. Same with the King Crooked.
Well, and this album actually did really well.
Yay! Congrats, guys.
But yeah, so
They deserve it.
I'm super stoked to check this song out. This is called Safe. Now, when I seen the video pop up earlier, I think it was titled I Don't Feel Safe. But now it's just Safe. I don't know when he made the change, and did the thumbnail change, or why. I'm pretty sure even on the album it's called I Don't Feel Safe, I think. I'd have to look at the album, but I don't want to go get my phone. But yeah, so I'm super stoked to check this out. She's super stoked to check it. We're excited. So with that being said, guys, this is Chase and PFV.
Safe.
Or featuring PFV. And the track is called Safe. We'll slash up and break it down and talk about it as we do. So let's get it.
Done. That's some major bedhead, dude.
Also, everybody, any money that this song makes through watching it, all money is being donated to the BLM movement. So, hit the song up a lot.
A lot.
I don't feel safe anymore. Sitting with my gun in my hand by myself, cause I never feel safe anymore. I don't even pray anymore, and I'm damned cause I never feel safe anymore. My money in the safe in a drawer, not my hands, cause I never feel safe anymore. They kill you when it isn't for the gram or a grand, cause you're never really safe anymore.
I'm already liking where this is going. So it's a song that I didn't delete it because if it makes money for me, then
okay.
I like where this is. Because I'm pretty sure this song was made well before all this stuff went on, but they're using scenes from the stuff that's going on
in their video
to reiterate why
to
they
reinforce the
don't feel safe.
Message.
And a lot of people are like this. And a lot of us don't feel safe.
For
again,
a variety of reasons, but obviously.
Again, the Black Lives Matter movement is because black people don't feel safe in this country.
Right. We haven't made them feel safe in this country.
Right. And the whole police brutality thing, seeing how everything has unfolded. I mean, I've already been aware of police brutality. But watching it unfold time and time again through the riots that are mostly started by the cops.
Right. Or by rioters.
White people breaking in those doors.
Versus protesters. Right.
Very seldomly has it been...
Very big difference, guys. Rioters versus protesters.
Right. Very, very, very little has actually been started by the protests themselves, like the actual protesters.
Right.
And just the way everything is unfolding, like...
It's horrifying. It's not shocking to me because I have seen it and I've been aware of the problem. Like I said, some of my friends are first responders. and they've had to deal with turning in friends or people they thought were friends for aggressiveness, not necessarily what we're seeing right now, but so I've been aware of it for a while, but it's still horrifying and it's heartbreaking.
Right.
And PFV is correct. He tweeted that a man bun hits different if you're covered in tattoos. I will give him that point.
Right. Although I am excited, before we go any further, I am excited that the guy that killed George Floyd has been bumped up to second-degree murder. It's no longer third-degree, which is, I've been saying it should have been second-degree
all along, and that the other three are going to be charged.
The other three are also being charged. I think they're only being charged with aiding and abetting.
I hadn't seen the conclusion, but I did know they were being charged.
Right. So, justice is finally being served, as it should be. Now they just got to convict him, because if they don't, they're going to have a whole other slew of problems on their fucking hands.
Right.
You got all the proof in the world, 2 autopsies. I'm just saying.
Right.
Don't fuck this up.
And I want to say, based on this screenshot, it's not just nationwide. It's worldwide.
Right. It's worldwide protests. I've seen, aside from, literally this is the first time I think, either in a very long time or in American history, all 50 states have
protested the same
protested.
day. Mm-hmm.
Let alone the same day.
Right.
As well as, I want to say it was close to like 30 other countries have joined in.
Something like that.
People from Canada, people from England, so many places. Mexico.
Right.
It has been insane to see. Like, there's like literally like a 3-minute long video I saw posted on Twitter of them flipping through all the different countries.
Right.
And we're not just talking about like groups of 15, 20 people protesting in other
thousands.
countries. We're talking thousands are showing up at U.S. embassies to protest. And it's actually a great feeling. Like,
it is sad that someone needed to die, but as I was talking to Depraved earlier, unfortunately in history it's been shown that an innocent martyr is often the cause for a revolution, and it's sad that we need that reminder of innocence and that they have to die for everyone to get that smack across the face.
Right.
They kill you when it isn't for the gram or a grand, cause you're never really safe anymore. I'm sitting with my gun in my hand by myself, cause I never feel safe anymore.
And I'm glad they showed that sign.
Everyone against racists.
This is a very common misconception I keep seeing a lot of. A lot of people are painting it as black versus white, and that's not what this is
at all.
It's all of us versus racism.
Right.
And police brutality.
Yeah, and it's the same as what Depraved was saying. It's painted that way a lot because of the slogan, the Black Lives Matter. What a lot of people are misconstruing is that they're not saying that they matter more, that we don't matter too. It's just they aren't a throwaway race. They should not be treated like second-class citizens that are just trash to kill and then move on. They should not be treated that way. Their lives matter as much as ours. That is what the movement is. We need equality before we can move on.
We need equality, and we need police to get their shit together.
Yes, well, that too. Definitely.
I'm also 100% backing this idea that I've come up with, where we also need to eliminate parties in elections. Because that's another one of the biggest divides in America, is our political party system. So many people claim to be Republican or claim to be Democrat and are so heavy on that side but have no clue what they're actually representing.
Yep.
It's all crooked. Pick a side. One of my favorite things is left or right. It's all a part of the same bird.
Right. Right.
Because they say left wing and right wing. Like, it's all on the same bird. Like, that's what people don't understand. Politics in general are crooked.
They're screwed.
And none of them give a fuck about us.
No. But yeah, we really need to change from ourselves outward, ground up. No one should be treated lesser than. But right now, it is important to address how we as a country treat the blacks that live amongst us. And that's what this movement is about. It's not about them mattering more or us not mattering with them. Just simply that they matter too, and equally.
Right.
So it is everyone against racist. That's what started us down this tangent, guys. Just to remind you.
I don't even pray anymore, and I'm damn, cause I never feel safe anymore. Money in a safe and a drawer on my hands, cause I never feel safe anymore. They'll kill you and it isn't for the gram or a grand, and you're never really safe anymore.
Saying that they'll kill you and it isn't for the gram or the grand. Like, he's pointing out that they'll kill you for anything, for nothing.
Right.
At least you used to know what they were coming at you for. And now it's breathing wrong.
Yep.
Everybody dying from the cops now. If they don't kill you, then they put your ass on lockdown. And I don't really think it's gonna stop now. Any evidence to save you will be not found. Yeah, I'm sweating bullets to the traffic stop, cause I might be.
I see things like that, and I have little sparks, little urges, where I just want to see police get the fucking shit beat out of them. Because I am so tired of this idea that a badge means you're above the law.
I definitely... I guess
I don't mean all police guys.
I guess my point is that there's always, we're humans. There's always going to be the good and the bad. And it doesn't matter what kind of job you have.
Right.
There is always going to be that. There are definitely good cops. Ones that believe in the system. They believe in justice. They believe in, giving you a fair chance. But then there's going to be the bad seeds. Now, that beatdown you were talking about, I want to see that happen with any bully that pulls a maneuver like that.
Right.
Not just the cops. The problem that I have with people in power, not just cops, doing stuff like that is that they are supposed to be justice. They're supposed to stand for the law. They're supposed to be above that mentally, not in terms of power. They don't matter more than us. They shouldn't, but mentally, they're supposed to be above this aggressive brutality. And yet, oftentimes, at least what is caught on film, that's not the case.
Right. But it also makes you wonder how much of this is happening not on film.
It does. And honestly, I'm glad that the charges got moved up to second degree, because I think that they should be held almost more responsible with all of their training, with all of the education that goes into being a cop in terms of the laws. And they have no reason to be breaking them.
There's a petition I signed and shared on Twitter earlier that I actually liked. I don't remember the name of it. If you guys go hit up my Twitter, you'll find it. But it's like an 8 steps before cops can actually...
Oh, it's the Hands Up petition.
Right. And I was going through and reading it, and it's a very good idea and standard for police. Mm-hmm. It basically completely nullifies them being able to use lethal force right off the bat.
Right.
They would no longer be allowed to use chokeholds, period.
Right.
In any way, shape, or form, which aren't needed, to be honest.
Not unless they're on PCP.
Right. But,
yeah.
And one of my favorites, too, is, like, they'd have to warn people before they shoot them. And I don't mean just warn and then fire, but give ample warning, a couple minutes of, hey, you need to put down the gun.
I think they're supposed to anyway.
Right.
I mean, that's why I'm saying that they should be held to a higher degree of responsibility because they have gone through this training. I mean, if you think about people that have taken any martial arts for a long time or are military trained, they're all considered weapons themselves. And if they use any of those defensive measures to harm someone, it's still considered a lethal weapon because they've been certified as one. So they're held to a higher degree of responsibility for the damage they can inflict because they're trained. So why don't we do the same for, I mean, I know a lot of people share the same opinion, and like I said, most cops are really just trying to do their job and want to keep people safe. That's why they got into, some people are just power hungry, but a lot of people really are trying to do the right thing. Right. But they still need to be kept to that higher degree. That way they know there's consequences. You know, they know they're being filmed now, although a lot of them don't seem to care.
Right.
So
I also, one of the other things about the hands up thing, I also like the two things that play hand in hand and I think need to actually work more hand in hand. There's one where they're supposed to keep their body cameras on at all times, which should be happening anyways. That's supposed to be their law, but they don't get punished for when it's off.
That's why I'm saying there need to be consequences.
And then also killing somebody without following these steps was like bare minimum 15-year sentence.
Right.
And I think they need to take it actually a step further. And if they happen to kill somebody with their camera off, automatically 15 years, regardless if
consequences for their actions.
Right.
Yeah.
And I say the camera off thing because it's so easy to be like, okay,
well then it's
turn
he
this
said,
off,
she said,
and then it turns he said, she said. So if the camera's off, honestly, I think it should automatically be assumed they turned it off.
Correct.
Unless they legit go through and test it technologically and find out there's a short in it or something like that. I can understand, but then I can also understand that being
well, that's what forensic science is for. And again, I think it would be for the better of everyone if all forensic science careers, the labs, everything were actually separate from the government, and that way when they were running these tests,
honestly, I think all cases of police killings
should be FBI
inspected.
They should be run independently so that there is no bias or payoffs, anything, political schemes that could happen within a single police force, county, state.
Start up an FBI division that's just for police brutality in general.
Right. Police cases of suspect killings. I mean, because all of them, again, keep in mind, all of them are not unjustified. There are justified cases, but all of them should be looked at from an unbiased perspective, and one that cannot be paid off by the state or that knows one of the cops on the force, or just so there isn't that prejudice going into it.
Right.
And it keeps us as the citizens more comfortable because we know that it's being taken care of.
It's a savior will be not found. Yeah, I'm sweating bullets to the traffic stop. Cause I might be getting bullets to the traffic stop. Yeah, this some shit that really has to stop. And it's been getting worse, you can't say that it's not. Yeah, we getting bullied by a uniform. Cause he was bullied back in school and this is newer form. Yeah, this all started back when you were born. Lost our freedom over safety cause they made us poor. Yeah, now I keep my Glock at every store. Face tats like a target on me, that's for sure. Yeah, I'll make it even if we keep the score. It's got me seeing red when people bleeding more. I'm scared to send my kids to school. Yeah, cause other parents have been raising fools. They don't tell these kids a thing, they just tell them the rules. And get the bullies all confined and just trapped in a room. Now the kids that always take it wanna dish it out. And everybody stuck in limbo wanna talk aloud. In they office on their phones, but they never taught a lesson. Never used protection, never seen a blessing, and they staying down. Yeah, Now they shooting and they active on the news. Got the cops intruding and just aiming for the views. If they cover this and all their ratings will improve. But bullets aren't a joke and hollow tips don't make a bruise. So they set it up and watch us run. They take protection from us for they fucking fun. But who you call when someone got a gun? Another person with a gun, that's real.
And this is actually something her and I both agree on. They honestly just need to... I would post an Army vet at every school.
I really believe that this is something we've discussed quite a bit. A lot of our veterans come back and don't have that purpose in life, that job waiting for them.
Or the skill set for a job.
Or they have a specific skill set.
I meant for like an everyday civilian job.
Well, especially one sitting at a desk, cubicle, no windows, lots of noise. There are so many needs that they could be filling, roles that they could be filling. Patrolling schools, like you said, instead of all of this jail-like penitentiary lockdown that's going on. Patrolling our borders. There's so many different options. But yeah, there was a bunch of things that he said in there that, seeing red every time somebody bleeds obviously is a subtle double. But the whole being scared to send his kids to school, I've heard parents say that for sure. Especially since other parents are just raising fools who are taught the rules, but when you're only taught the rules and not consequences or not what the rules mean and why they're there, it doesn't really penetrate. It doesn't really get through to them. Also, progressing one's own fame and fortune off of other people's misery is
fuck you, J Station. That's not who he's directing this at, but that's the first thing I think of.
Well, but there's two sides to that. First of all, yeah, we do count on the news to tell us what's going on, but so many times they focus on the killers, and I know that our mindset is such that we are all morbidly interested in why would someone do that, but the victims are forgotten. They don't concentrate on the people that lost their lives or got hurt nearly as much as they do the killers. And there have been cases where those killers just wanted the fame.
Prime example I can think of too. Examples. I know the names of a lot of the killers in these things. I can't tell you a survivor or a victim in any of the mass school shootings.
Right. And it's just how many times it's been cycled on social media platforms, I'm going to say, but that includes for me news, crime shows, books that have come out. And yes, it is interesting psychologically to see kind of the theories and background, but losing sight of the victims in that is the real tragedy, and also parading their pain out so that we can have the story where it doesn't actually personally affect us, but they are hounded for interviews, sometimes for years, decades afterwards, having to yank out their pain and bleed for all of us because we want what we want is not okay. And it doesn't make you feel safe.
No.
Got a gun. Another person with a gun. That's real. I don't feel safe anymore. Sitting with my gun in my hand by myself, cause I never feel safe anymore. I don't even pray anymore, and I'm damn cause I never feel safe anymore. My money in the safe in the drawer, not my hands cause I never feel safe anymore. They kill you in the instant for the gram, safe anymore. I'm sitting with my gun in my hand by myself, cause I never feel safe anymore. I don't even pray anymore, and I'm damned cause I never feel safe anymore. Money in a safe and a drawer on my hands, cause I never feel safe anymore. They'll kill you and it isn't for the gram or a grand, and you're never really safe anymore.
Look, I don't feel safe. Artists getting murdered every day. Turn the news on just to listen what they say. We're a target for people trying to get a little fame. Know it's scary, but we have to do it. Cause if we didn't, then who would, or what would happen to them? I know this rapper spitting real, get the worst of it. Cause we expose what they do and what the purpose is.
I'm amused by the facial expressions of the supposed interviewer. I agree with his message entirely. I was just distracted by the eyebrow raising and the oohs and reallys.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm gonna take it back a bit.
Sorry.
Just to listen what they say. We're a target for people trying to get a little fame. Know it's scary, but we have to do it. Cause if we didn't, then who would, or what would happen to them? I know this rapper spitting real, get the worst of it. Cause we expose what they do and what the purpose is. Sally ain't a half of it. There's fans who just wanna have a glimpse of what I have and shit. They imagine my ass is rich, so they pull up with the Glock, blast for shit. But gun violence ain't a...
That's something that does happen. Okay, now, I don't think this happens near as much, obviously, as, like, police brutality and things like that. But that is a fear a lot of hip-hop artists do running across.
Their messages either being taken the wrong way, misconstrued.
No, I think this is more leading towards conspiracy.
Mm-hmm. That's still a...
where... It's not just hip-hop artists. I feel like it's people that speak out in general.
It's anyone with fame, celebrity status that use their social media platform.
But, like, them basically being assassinated.
Yes.
For their message.
Yes.
And a lot of it being covered up to be nothing more than a drive-by or
gang,
something like that.
Accident.
Yeah.
Suicide.
And to sit here and I know there's going to be a lot of people that are like, oh, stuff like that doesn't happen. Stuff like that doesn't happen. I just seen a video where cops were breaking into a jewelry store.
Right.
The cops.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, that diamond ring and all was sparkly.
Like.
Shiny. It happens.
Yeah,
it really
police
happens.
are crooked as fuck. Government is crooked as fuck. Now, I'm not going to be one of those.
Every single person in there. We're just.
I'm not even sitting here saying like I'm not one of those people that believe that rappers have been cloned. I don't know if you've heard of that. I think that's a little much.
That's yeah.
But I definitely think a lot of them that get killed are being offed by gangsters.
Because they speak out.
And it's not even by gangsters. It's well, and it actually very well could be gangsters that are being paid off by cops to do it. Or the government. Not just
cops, yeah. Anyone with power that doesn't like the message that they're sending out, whether that's, I would say even mainstream music industry.
Right.
I mean, there are so many different organizations, corporations that have tons of money and tons of power. But again, it's also been seen that just fans that don't like a message, that they think their favorite artist has changed. That's unfortunately what putting yourself out there.
Right.
And giving part of yourself through your artistry to a fan base can cause.
Right. You
have become a recognizable face, and if they don't like your message, or who you're dating, or, you know, you're in trouble. Can be.
I'm doing my best impersonation of...
Yeah, I saw that. Except for I think you can do the eyebrow raise a little better than he can.
So they pull up with the Glock. violence ain't a gun issue. It's an issue that we thinking it's a gun issue. Would they attack you if they knew you had a gun with you? Probably not. They be nervous that they won't hit you. Misuse the truth to every pedigree. If you could, would you change it? Would you let it be? We're okay with portraying the kind of energy appropriating death into something that it should never be. I don't feel safe anymore. I know where I am, and I don't feel safe anymore. No, I don't feel safe.
Oh, that just ended out of fucking nowhere.
And then it was done.
Roll credits. Yeah.
I like how they did the different viewpoints, because it's definitely also a societal message, not just one coming from an artist in the industry.
Right.
I mean, obviously towards the end there, he was talking as a hip-hop artist to the cameraman, interviewer, whatever. But again, with PFV starting it the way he did, you know, he didn't even feel safe sending his kids to school.
Right. I was gonna say PFVs came from the aspect of just being a civilian.
Yeah, like everyday citizen.
And then Chase is more from the perspective of being in the limelight.
A celebrity.
And again, there are a lot of artists that are afraid to speak their thoughts because they're afraid that
they'll get assassinated.
Someone's gonna kill them.
But also that someone will get pissed off. Not necessarily death as an end result, but they're afraid to rock the boat.
And you know, there's actually a lot of famous people get a lot of death threats from people.
Constantly.
Which, first off, is fucking crazy. I don't understand
need to stop.
anyone that would ever send somebody a death threat. But
even in comment sections on like YouTube and stuff, it's just.
But it'll be like 99.9% of those death threats obviously are fake.
Right.
They're just wanting to scare. But all it takes is that 0.1%.
Right.
And shit's done. And I fucking. Where's Thanos? I'm back to needing Thanos in my life.
Yeah, honestly, you know, why? Why? Everybody's gonna have an opinion about something. There's no need to ratchet it up to that. Even if you think you're joking, just stop. Just stop. That's nothing to joke about.
No. Unless you're Jeff Dunham. And it's Ahmed. Silence!
I kill you. Well, that's a little different.
Right.
That's not death threats.
Great song, guys. Really liked it. We've had the trifecta of deep, thought-provoking songs tonight.
Is it any wonder we're a little burnt? Right.
So, with that being said, we're going to end this here, guys.
Great song.
Great song.
Great chorus.
Go sub
Really
to these
love
guys,
his voice.
please. Both great artists.
Sub and like.
Like them. Follow the link down below to the original video. Just saying.
I'm a newbie on Twitter. Follow me.
Follow her. And hey, we're going to end it here. Love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Cannot wait to see depraved people later.
Night.
No. I was on the right screen.